least I don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long.
That's my opinion!
He will never emotionally fulfill you.
Because I don't want to be a part of it.
Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
Close your legs to married men, trash box.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Welcome to Morally Corrupt. I am Rachel Lindsay. She is Callie Curry. We're going to jump right in and get into it. We've got really, I don't know about Beverly Hills, but great episodes with Summer House, Potomac, the first episode of the reunion. Let's just jump right in with Summer House. We pick up where we left off with that very heated dinner of Kyle doing a group apology, but somehow neglecting to apologize to Amanda individually.
Directly. Yeah.
When they were at home that whole week, when they were driving back that last week, and still not even when they get to the house. And cannot understand why Amanda's had the reaction that she has. He pretty much crashes out, and thank God for Carl, who saves him, brings him back, and then they all go out and have a good time. And then we have the second day, and we're back at the beach. And here we are again, where Kyle allegedly goes over to Amanda to apologize and somehow
does not say sorry once.
Centers himself. And I was beyond frustrated for Amanda in this moment. She's totally checked out because the way that she kept her cool, which we talked about, when a woman's done, she's done. Like Amanda's done. You can tell when he comes in the bed, she doesn't want to talk to him. When she leaves him in the morning, I can tell that they're in silence in their apartment. I believe Kyle when he says that, but Kyle's not understanding how they got here because he can only center himself in all of it.
We know that it's done, and thank God that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But with each episode, I'm just like, how did you stay this long?
They kind of allude to it on this episode. She's like, Kyle is my best friend, and I love him. And 10 years together. And it's public. I understand the pressures of it feels easier to stay because this is all you've known for such a long time. It feels that way. It's obviously not what's best, but I appreciated those moments in this episode where you do hear Amanda being like, I love Kyle. He's my best friend. You know, I both of them saying, I don't want to feel like this. I want to work it out because we don't see enough of that necessarily in their arguments.
No, also he's like not nice. Like he's like, how about get a personality? How about like what? How about
he talks
grow
to her.
up? Oh, he has to talk to her
like
fucking crazy at home, especially since in this episode they talk a lot, or she talks a lot about how like, yeah, last summer I thought we were making progress, and then right when the cameras go down, it's like a different version and things go backwards. So like Kyle is on his best behavior, and this is how he's acting. And you know how else you know that people know he's generally worse? The entire house seems fed up with it too.
Yeah, Wes called him a baby.
More than that, when he stormed off from the table, no one got up. And they were just like, oh my God, like, what's wrong with him? Like, that wasn't even that bad. And then Jesse was like, I laughed too. Like,
I mean.
And then they were like, Carl, it seems like this one's for you.
Yeah.
It seems like all of the guys, including even Carl, are like, Kyle, what is going on? You are clearly not happy. You're not in a good place. And like, you know, everything he has going on with his business too. And I understand that has to be stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know these people make a decent amount, but like putting $500,000 back into a business that's not doing well is, first of all, I wouldn't say it's the smartest decision ever, but like, I'm sure it's stressful. Or when they played Truth or Dare, and it was like, ask me anything. Yeah, ask me anything. Would you DJ less if it made your and Amanda's relationship better? He couldn't even say yes.
Yeah, that was so telling, and that was really awkward because it's like First off, you know you don't DJ that much. Your business is number one. Second, you don't want to be at home either, and that's very obvious. I mean, seeing how Mia answered those questions versus what Kyle did, who is married and been with this person for 10 years, was crazy. Something you pointed out about when Amanda made the comment about the cameras going down, it made me think of something that happened this episode when they're arguing. He says the thing that you said where he's like, how about you have no personality? You're this, then this, then this. Just like runs down a bunch of reasons as to why he's unattracted to her.
Yeah.
Terrible. And then they're separate, and then they're kind of just Sierra like, hey, Amanda looks like she's struggling. I was glad Sierra was like, she's talking to the producer, let her do it. Then we see Kyle come back. It made me think of what Amanda said. A producer clearly went to him and talked him into going back. If they had been at home, they wouldn't have had that kind of interaction or that third party help. Exactly. Or she is. And then it made me wonder this. Have they ever talked about being in therapy? Have they ever talked about couples counseling?
I think they did around their wedding.
Which like most people do, right? Like a lot of people will do counseling before. But as I was thinking about this, I'm like, okay, they're getting this counseling from this producers, this third party. Has no one said it? Or they haven't talked about it? Or maybe they're opposed to it and that's part of the issue too. One wants it, one doesn't. But I need to know, did y'all at least try that? Or did y'all just give up before that was even an option?
I gotta be honest. They're so far past a counselor, therapist.
I just wonder if they ever did.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't work if they did.
It did not work.
Watching them argue is like, oh my God. And then you think about all that has happened in 2 weekends, right? And then Kyle being like, I need to be home by midnight, gets home at 3 a.m., gets in bed at 3:30 a.m. You can't do, like, wouldn't you just like, I know when I get mad at my husband, in the moment, even if he doesn't agree with me, I'm going to make something up. Put your dishes in the sink. This is, I don't know why. This is my like number one argument with my kids right now. So that's probably why I'm thinking about it. Put your dishes in the sink when you're done eating. And I say it and he keeps not doing it. If that were such a huge thing that night, he would probably put the dishes in the sink, even if he doesn't agree with it for whatever reason. Like, usually when you get in a fight with someone and someone continues to bring something up as the smallest gesture in the world, or even just to prove them wrong, I'm going to do what you're saying I'm not doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he still can't do it.
I know. Because he doesn't want to. He doesn't care enough. And I think Amanda's not asking you to quit Loverboy, something that you're passionate about that could make money and blow up into something huge, right? I'm actually shocked that they haven't gone on Shark Tank or something like that. Because I think
Loverboy?
I mean, he has investors. He has investors, so maybe he doesn't need it. But like, yeah, I'm actually surprised he hasn't tried to do something like that. But anyways, but he might not be able to because of the amount of investors he has. But she's not asking him to do something where he's like, listen, I can't because it brings in money. All Kyle has to do is not go out. And when he says on here, I mean, Amanda knew this was me before. It's like, you have a point, a small point, right? Yes, Amanda should not have been like, I can change him. But at the same time, I find it hard to believe that you weren't telling Amanda that you would change and be different. I find that very hard to believe. I do not think that you told Amanda, this is me and I'm a party the whole time. I think you're doing exactly what we see you do.
I'm a party the whole time.
Yeah. Like,
so,
I think
I agree with you. I agree that he had to have been selling her a dream.
I think so. I'm going to change. I'm going to be better.
But would you trust someone who hasn't shown you that they can change? Like, Kyle has been this way.
at 24.
Okay,
And-
yeah. I get what you're saying.
Probably. Yeah. Like I would
I get what you're
think
saying.
he's older. He's older. Oh, he'll be different when he's married. You know, he
At
really
24.
keeps telling me, he keeps telling me that he wants a family. You know, so it's like he really wants this family. Like I could see all the way probably up until like 29, how I could be sold maybe a dream like that. Me, where I was like, I could see how I could be sold that dream. And she met him so young. She put up with so much.
Yeah.
It's like, and she probably was like, well, he stopped cheating. Well, he stopped this.
Well, it doesn't seem like she even believes that.
Now, I think that's like in the last couple of years, a newer thing. But
Which
it
I'm
seems
like,
like
that's not normal. She is being so open with like the possibility of like, I have no idea what that man's does.
because she's done. Because she's checked out. She is like totally walking through this marriage at this point and this summer as a woman who is done and who is checked out and is just trying to get through the summer. In no way is even Amanda trying to save her relationship. Kyle's not trying to save it at this point, but he can't, because he keeps centering himself, he can't even see that Amanda's not either. And I think was like one of my biggest takeaways as I watched this. Amanda's telling you, she's not calling you an alcoholic. She's not saying, it's not just you're an alcoholic and you drink too much. It's that you can't understand that I have asked something of you and you have made no effort. Drinking is the thing. It could have been gambling. It could have been, coming home late. It's like, because you drink, all these other things spawn from that. And it's like, yes, we might not have chemistry right now. We might not have compatibility. We might not have intimacy. And it's because the root of it is your drinking and what that creates, which it causes you to flirt with other women. It causes you to not come home at night. It causes you to stay out. It causes you to ignore me. It causes you to be mean and angry. It causes that's what he's not understanding.
Yeah, he's like, you don't do this, this, and this. And Amanda's like, okay. And that hurts who? How does that, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't damage our relationship. I can do those things if you were literally doing the bare minimum of coming home.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't, because you drink. And it's like, I was like screaming. It's because it's all rooted from the drinking.
Also, I think he got explosive because he does not want to be called an alcoholic. Because when he was like, you're going to go on national television and act like I have a drinking problem, I was like, that's what he cares about.
Yes, the image. Because he has investors and he has a liquor company. And he's right. It's a terrible look. Think about it. We talk about him. It's like we don't talk about this part. We talk about him wanting her saying you drink too much and all these things come from it and it makes you stay out late. And now you want to DJ a career that allows you to do that. But he also created a liquor company too.
Yeah,
we don't talk
really
about that, which is also
really
part of that as well. And I don't think he's an alcoholic, but I think I think that the drinking problem exists in the sense that you want to prioritize that over your marriage. So it's a problem.
Yeah. It is a problem. It's not just drinking. I mean, obviously Amanda knows more than I do. But to me, it's that he drinks too much. He goes out too much. He likes the attention too much. And those things are more important to him than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the entire scene for him that he can't let go of.
Yeah. And I understood what Amanda was saying about like who Kyle is and how everybody loves him. Like I saw Kyle at Super Bowl and he's an extremely likable person. And so I understand how he could be her best friend. I understand how he's the life of the party and he's charming and that's attractive. Like I probably was around him more at this event than I have been. And I was like, yeah, like I get it. He's fun. He's everybody's, but like, he's just not good in a relationship. And I think that that's the realizations that she's coming to. He's a good time. He's fun. Everybody loves him. He's my best friend. You know, we've been together for so long. We've invested so much in each other, but he's not good in the relationship. And he's going to have to leave this one, which we know they're divorcing, for him to ever, because he's too comfortable with 10 years. Like too much has happened. He's gotten away with too much. He has to leave this one before he ever is going to find his way to being a good partner. He's not a good partner. I
think that's my biggest problem because I like Kyle. I think he is so much fun. I think he is great for the show. I think he would be like a really fun hang. You know what I mean? Like if I was going to go out with somebody and if there's this group of people was presented to me to go out, Kyle would probably be one of the people I picked to go with. It's going to be a fun time.
For sure.
Would I want to marry him or have my friend marry him? No. And this also shows me why Sierra is where she's at with him. And I think she really likes him. Like I'm saying, she likes him like as a friend, whatever. But just imagine all that she has heard from Amanda. And since Amanda is so clearly done, Sierra's done. Sierra's like, what am I hiding for? You're not hiding it.
Right.
You're done. I'm done.
I just want her to let them fight, which she did at the beach.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Yes.
That's why I was like, all right.
I just think
great.
it informed a lot for me, like why Sierra is acting the way that she's acting. And I'm like, Sierra knows Amanda is done and does not care. Like, I don't think Amanda cares at all that Sierra is laughing. Like, she's like, please laugh. It's a joke.
No, yeah, she's shut down. I told you at BravoCon, he was DJing. She was not there. Like, and that was before the day announced. So,
yeah.
Yeah, like she was done. The last thing I'll say about this episode is
the only thing about this episode that anyone is talking about, is that what you're going to say?
What is everybody talking about?
Literally the number one thing that's been memed, clipped, everything, the only thing that people are talking about in this episode.
West?
And
Sierra?
Yes. People are obsessed. Obsessed.
Guys.
They have screenshot the moment where he has his hands on her shoulders looking at her in the kitchen. And it's like a huge thing. Like it's everywhere.
I guess I block these things out. I just think Sierra could do better. I just don't want to see her with somebody that she's in the summer house with. I just don't. And I'm not a grudge holder, but it would be hard for, I'm like, really? No, I'm not. I'm not. Like, I'll bring up things on the show, but I am so a person who's like, if I was a grudge holder, I never would have gotten divorced. The only reason my divorce ended in a year is because I had to put my pride to the side, my ego, and be like, take what you want. And had to let go of anger. Now, it doesn't mean that I'll play the long game, but I'm just saying that I had to let it go. It would be hard for me for how we saw her react when returned to the summer house after they broke up and all the things she said he felt and how he played into the media and how, he made her look a certain way to make himself look better. It would be hard for me to return to that because I don't know if I could get past what is your real intention. Like, do you just want to look good? Like when Paige read him for filth and Paige was like, you just care about your image. I believed her. Like Paige was what Sierra's doing to Kyle now. I believed every word she said. So for me, it's like, you looked bad. Are you now doing this to look good and win favor? You've constantly told me how you're not ready for this. He has a more high profile job. He's getting more opportunities with Bravo. He's on the scene even more. Even old boy, I can't think of the new black boy's name, talks about how like girls are all over Jesse and West at the club. I like them on good terms. I like the little flirting. That's fun. Flirting's always fun. But I don't
know like logistically if they should actually be together.
I just don't get I don't get excited. No.
I ship them.
And even worse than that is the Jesse Solomon of it all. This storyline Like Jesse and Sierra are obviously
It's
cool.
not a thing.
But this storyline, when we watched him again, how many times is somebody going to throw Sierra under the bus? I'm going to say it like this. How many
Wait,
times
throw her under the bus?
with Lexi? Remember with the Lexi drama, he was making
I try to block out the Mexi drama.
He was making it seem like...
Oh, like Sierra flirts with him.
Sierra flirts with him, and he's not doing anything, and making Lexi feel like she was crazy about it. It was gaslighting her.
I don't think this storyline, though, seems like it's Jesse. Because, like, the previews for next week, he asks Wes, like, would you care if I made out with Sierra? And Wes was like, is that a thing?
And then he's like, how would you feel if the situation reversed? It is Jesse, but that's my point. Jesse threw Sierra under the bus, made Lexi have this issue with Sierra when Jesse was the one who's always been flirty. So how many...
and Sierra flirts with everyone.
But I'm going to say it like this.
But not in a bad way. She's a flirty... Like, that's... Her flirting is a high. It's not like I'm actually interested in anybody.
But I agree with you. This is not a Sierra thing. This is how many white men in the summer house are going to throw Sierra under the bus or use Sierra for their own benefit. And she's the one who suffers at the end of the day. Wes did it with his image, right? He sneakily did that New York Times article to make himself look better, not caring how Sierra's feelings would be, how she would feel reading that article with everybody else, and also watering down their feelings. Because then at the reunion, we get how, he lost a friend. He came over, he cried for her. They had a really deep, intimate relationship. But you threw her feelings to the side in order to make yourself look good. Yeah. Jesse used Sierra as a reason to made it seem like he wasn't the flirty one. It was Sierra. So he threw Sierra under the bus, had Lexi really coming after Sierra when it wasn't warranted, and Jesse was the problem. So my frustration when I see Jesse being like, I don't care that they're like, oh, this looks like a prom picture. Oh, you need a fiery person. That flirting doesn't bother me. But when you're like, I want to make out with Sierra, and then you're saying it to West, I just don't like that this is happening. I can't stand it. I'm an anti-Jesse Solomon person at this point.
I don't dislike Jesse for the show at all. The Sierra of it all, after throwing her under the bus last year, which I completely forgot about till you brought it up, but I was already against it before that. I just think there's too many people. It's weird. Wes and Sierra clearly have a vibe because of how they ended and because of how, what you just said, they were way deeper than we even knew. We only saw half of it on the show. And it seems like, and Sierra has said it in her interviews, her and Wes were, beyond it being a deeper relationship than we saw, they were actually very good friends.
Yes.
Before everything happened.
Yes.
So why are you trying to make out with her? That's just weird.
And you see
this episode, Wes gets in bed so happy and was like, that was the best night. That's the best night I've had with Sierra in a year and a half. And Jesse was like, oh, I like how you measure the quality of the night based on how Sierra treats you. And Wes was like, I mean, yeah, you would do the same thing. I think it seems based off interviews too that Sierra has done, that Sierra's Wes has apologized. Wes understands what he did, why he fucked up, how that hurt me. And because they're actually friends, it seems like they both actually want to be friends. I don't think either one of them wants to be more than that. Would Wes hook up with Sierra if the opportunity arose? Yeah, I would. You know what I mean? Who's going to say no if Sierra's hey, come hook up with me? Most people are saying yes in that instance, let alone a fucking straight man who's in his 20s, probably going to say yes.
Right.
But it seems like they both want to actually be friends. Jesse, why?
Yeah. I'm for the friendships. When I talk about Wes and Sierra, it's about being together. When I talk about the French, I want them to be friends. It's fun when they're friends. I liked how Wes was he had the best time in the summer house in a long time because Sierra was nice to him. I thought that was funny. I like Jesse and Sierra being friends. I do not
Me too.
the Will they, won't they with West, which is maybe why I didn't see all the viral stuff. I'm not shipping them together past friendship. And same thing with Jesse.
I ship Sierra and West, but in my like rational mind, I don't think it was ever going to be a thing. But for the show, their friendship makes the show better. And same with Jesse and Sierra. Like, I like when they flirt. Like, it's funny. Like, because I know Jesse has no shot. So, Jesse, don't actually take the shot.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Carl every year being like, Sierra. And it's like, Carl, she said no to you 10 different times. At least Carl gets the hint and moves on. He's like, I got to do it every summer. Let me try once.
Let's leave Sierra alone.
Then I'll move on.
Jesse needs a storyline. Like, Jesse needs... He was the whole storyline, but like last time. So I think Jesse can just be fun Jesse and it would be enough. It'd be enough.
Yeah. Also, I have to say before we move on, because we've spent way too much time on the Summer House episode, is that I just love KJ.
Yeah. I like him too.
He's such a sweetie.
I like him. The new additions have been great. You know, except I don't think that Ben is really doing anything.
Levi and Ben is just like a good looking guy that's just like hanging around. Levi, we never hear from. Bailey and KJ. And I do like, I can't think of her name, Sierra's friend.
Mia. Mia's been great.
Yeah, and I like Mia. So those three for me are like the three that are like sticking.
And you know what I liked about Mia? And then I really am done. I like that when they separated this episode, she didn't feel the need of like, I got to go be with Sierra. It was like, let me get to know these people on my own. I loved that. I love that.
But also like her confidence, like nothing changed. But
yeah,
I just have to imagine, that working at the box, you're not going to get shook by much.
I forgot she said that.
You're going to be pretty comfortable in any room.
Way to come out of your shell. Like, that's like baptism
that's not the way
by
that I would
fire.
choose. Yeah, I'm like, that's not the way that I would choose. But yeah, after doing that, like anything's going to be kind of normal to you.
Yeah. Yeah. But I liked that. I was like, oh, she came in. She was like, I got it. Let me get to know these folks. Yeah. Brought a game to the situation.
She so good in that yellow dress.
Mm-hmm. She's really pretty.
She's cute.
Potomac. We start off getting what we thought we were going to get during the regular season, which still was not much. I don't know why I thought we were going to get more, but we start off in the home of Wendy and Eddie, and they are recounting what happened. Really just the arrest, because they can't give us anything else. But this scene really bothered you.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I think because, and she has proven me wrong so many times, so clearly I need to get this out of my head. But in my head, Wendy is a smart, logical woman.
Mm-hmm.
Her choices the past 5 years, however long it's been, get worse and worse and worse and worse. What the fuck did we just watch?
Or
that's what
to.
I felt. It was all no. She was literally like, Eddie, I'm just so broken. Is our marriage ever gonna survive this? Are you 5? What was that?
So we'll never see Wendy in a Lifetime or Hallmark movie, is what you're saying. Her acting skills with the baby voice. I'm not saying her acting skills for acting sad. Of course, she's devastated by what happened because it's embarrassing.
Is she? Because she came to cut from that to her walking in who's that character in the Bugs Bunny movie that comes in with like the red strapless top and
oh my gosh, if you had not said that, I would have Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit in her Jessica Rabbit outfit, sits down. Wendy, how are you? I am doing very well, Andy. You are?
Threw me off.
I just heard you talking like a toddler 2 seconds ago.
But later in the episode, she says she's not doing well. So I was like, I think she realized how bad that sounded and was like, because when she said she wasn't, I go, no, wait a minute. Out loud. It's like I'm talking to myself. I'm like, no, wait a minute, Whitney, which one is it? Because when she said, I'm doing amazing, or I'm doing great, I was like, what? Nobody believes that.
Well, I think she is full-blown delusional. Like, she has to be fully delusional because the way, first of all, you have to be delusional to put that package together and let anyone ever air it ever. So to talk like a baby, that's my number one evidence of her delusion. Number two evidence of delusion is that I never in a million years thought we'd be here. You never in your 67 credit cards thought
Allegedly.
that maybe someday something was going to happen.
I mean, she has to say that because they are maintaining their innocence. They are maintaining it.
Okay, can you explain this to me as a lawyer? I understand you have to try, right? You got to try. They have proof of their bank accounts. They have proof of the credit cards. Like, they have the physical credit cards. They found credit cards in multiple wallets. So they were using different wallets with different credit cards. They have proof of them asking for money from insurance that were actually returned to boutiques. How are you saying you're innocent?
You know,
and even if you have to say you're innocent, acting like, I can't even believe this. How does that not work against you?
I said the word innocent. I don't think that she actually has. She's just kind of like, the truth will come out.
She hasn't said it once.
She hasn't said the word innocent because, for whatever reason, okay? Because anything I say is going to be an assumption. But
I mean, Karen was
speculation,
definitely like, I'm innocent when she wasn't.
Yeah, because she didn't watch the video, allegedly. She said, she's like, I never watched the video. I didn't want to see it. So she's very careful into not, say innocent or guilt because she might plead no contest to this. She might. So like, she doesn't want to admit guilt. She doesn't want to fully say like, I didn't do anything. They might be able to get a plea deal. She might, negotiate something else. So she doesn't want to say too much either or. So she can't really say she's innocent. She can't say she's guilty because I don't know what they're trying to negotiate with the state in regards. Is this federal or state? I don't even know, actually.
I think it's state.
Okay. So she doesn't know. I don't know what they're trying to work on, some sort of deal, or if they're just going to fight it all the way and take their chances. I have no idea. That's why it's like, I guess everything that she is doing is through the lens of they're watching. The state is watching. So the baby voice, I guess, was her trying to garner some type of sympathy? Or seem innocence. But to your point,
literally did the exact opposite for me.
Well, the stark contrast of you walking in such a pompous way of like, and I know why you were doing it. Like, I actually don't think she's delusional. I think that she is desperately trying to pretend that everything is okay. I don't think she believes everything is okay. I think it is a facade for the women. That's what I believe. I actually think I would not be shocked if Wendy goes and cries at home every single night. It is a facade that she is putting up for the public because that is Wendy. I'm 4 degrees. I'm married to Eddie. We have outside businesses. I'm smarter than you guys. I don't need the show. That type of thing. And so I feel, if I feel sorry for her, it's that she's still trying to play this game of, and we know it's not true. And and you're trying so hard. It's like, Wendy, you don't even believe it. And I think that she would do better if she more so, like, we expect you to look good at the reunion, but just coming in just a little bit more humble. Like, don't argue with Ashleigh. Just be like, you know what, Ashleigh? Like, if you want to play the victim, I'd be like, I can't argue with anymore because I'm in the fight of my life right now. That's the kind of shit I would say.
neutrally, or maybe take some accountability for something. So it seems like you are like reflecting on your decisions and wanting to make better decisions. So Ashleigh being like, I feel like you did talk down to us and we're constantly basically like utilizing her accomplishments to like make herself better. I don't know what she used. I don't remember what word
She definitely
used.
said accomplishments because that's when Wendy said,
Yeah.
talked about you don't have any.
If you're Wendy, you're like, you know what? I probably was doing that because I was trying to fit in. I was trying to show you guys all of the hard work that I have put in. My family, we're immigrants, and like it feels like we have to work 2 times harder, whatever.
I had just had a baby when I came in. This is the only thing I felt like I could hang my hat on. But Ashleigh, with all due respect, I understand the stuff that you're saying, and I don't want to take how you feel away from you, and you are right to feel that way. But I am in the fight of my life. And I just don't have the energy to give you to be petty with you back and forth.
Exactly.
Like I'm dealing with some real shit right now. So I literally
but instead,
points.
But instead, you wanted to be like, yeah, because you don't have any accomplishments and I have a lot.
It's like,
why are you going back and forth with someone when they can eat you up in 2 seconds?
Like you played volleyball, Callie. That was
a lob.
Set. Like
lob pass.
Like literally, it's just like, yeah.
Also,
like
you lobbed to the girl who is the most ready on the entire cast.
You set yourself
Why are
up.
you lobbing to Ashleigh?
Because at the end of the day, now like it's because of what happened, it's all gone. It doesn't matter what you say, Wendy. The next person is going to come back with, well, at least I know where my future, at least I know where I'm going to be in the next year. At least I know.
I pay my bills. That is an accomplishment. All my bills are paid. Now, the other thing with Ashleigh is like, you can say a lot of things about her. You can't say she ain't got money.
Right. And she's smart not to say how much.
So she's very smart. Very smart. But
and she's 10 years on this show. So she's making a pretty penny on the show.
Yeah, but also the one person that seems to know, Giselle, alludes to her having a lot.
Yeah. I've heard that from other people too. Like she really
did well in the divorce.
And it's not like she did well and she's on her own. It really seems like Michael still contributes to taking care of the kids. So,
which is great. By the way, we have not said, or anyone has probably not said a lot of positive things about Michael. I'm sure he could have made it a lot worse.
And this is somebody who we saw them go through the journey of him being like, I've raised kids. I really don't want to commit to raising kids again. And not only did he commit once, not once, but twice, he is a very involved dad.
Yes.
And so, yeah. But if I'm Wendy, this was easy. This was an easy thing to do. I'm sorry. It was. Like, at least.
But that's why I'm saying she has to be delusional, Rachel, because to do the baby voice and then to come back in and she thinks that she can just like morph into Pam Oliver and be big and bad on the couch. Like, you're not big and bad.
Not morphing
We
into
don't
Pam
even know
Oliver.
who you are.
I think.
Like, you're trying to be someone that you're actually not. This is not who you are right now. And I wish that, I don't know who Wendy is. Are you the professor? Are you the BBL girl? Are you the baby voice person? Are you Pam Oliver? Like, who are you? She has been all over the place.
I would have said, I knew who Wendy was before the arrest. I would have defined her as, like, she is cocky and, you know, she's like very proud. I should say proud. She's very proud of the things that she does. And she's a person who's going to let you know how proud she is. She's going to brag on it. She's going to be like, that was who I thought Wendy was. Then we see this and it's like, oh no, you were living a facade.
Yes.
You were trying to be something that you're not. So to your point, I agree with you. We don't know who she is. Now, another person who I have to be honest, even though we feel totally different about her, I don't know who Stacey is. Once again, we see Stacey get caught in a lie.
Oh,
it's not a criminal
Stacey's
offense.
A liar.
It's not a criminal offense. Like, again, I always say she's right on the line. Her lying hasn't impacted people or even us as fans. It's comical. Like, oh, I was the one who filed for divorce when Andy asked her that question. And then they pull it up. They obviously didn't have it in real time because he would have brought it up. But they pull up the receipts and it's like, no, actually, he was the petitioner. Timo was the petitioner. So as the respondent, you are not the one. Now, let me be fair from my own personal experience. She might have asked for it. He might have filed. I asked for it. My ex filed. So I still tell people I asked for the divorce because I did. I said it first. Yeah, so let me give her that.
But Rachel.
But I would have said he filed. But I would have said he filed.
That's also 1 out of 50 things. She got caught in like at least 10 lies in one part of the reunion. She's just so good.
Have you seen the things on TikTok where they're like, Stacey's not a real person, and they show how she looks from Ashleigh all the way stiff neck to Andy? It's the best. Her eyes are barely moving. And we didn't really talk about this, but like, Giselle's never set second seat. And the fact that it's Stacey, not that I ever remember, it was Karen and Giselle always. And now that it's, or it can't, I feel like Giselle's always been in the front seat. Maybe she hasn't. Maybe she's second to Karen. Maybe it was like Karen and Candace at one point. But Wendy and Stacey being in first seat also is a thing. Like Stacey getting first seat is huge.
Andy absolutely loves Stacey.
Second season, first seat.
And I think that Giselle would have been first seat because Andy does respect like the OGs and like always tries to, especially for some reason in this cast, like Karen and Giselle seem to like sit atop the mountains of this cast. But with everything going on with Wendy, I'm sure he was like, Wendy's got to be in the firing line.
And I think Giselle understood that. Also, to your point about them sitting at the top, when it came out, I can't remember who said it, that Angel really wanted to be like, wanted Giselle to be like her big sister. Like she really was eager to be friends with Giselle. I think maybe Wendy said it or whatever. I was like, okay, that even more so enforces like how people come into this show viewing a Giselle and Karen type person. But the Stacey of it all, and I love Andy calling it out and still just being like, still team Stacey. It's like, it didn't matter what she said. Same.
I get frustrated with Stacey sometimes because I'm just like, girl, tell the truth. Like,
same.
And she lies so much, she can't keep up with them.
Yeah.
So she'll say one thing one time, one thing another time. But she's so funny. And the way, and I love this in a housewife, this might be like the number one characteristic in a housewife that I love, is that she moves the fuck on. Like, you can say anything to Stacey and she'll be like, well, I don't know what to tell ya.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. And then like, you could say the worst thing to her and the next thing you say something else, she'll be like, thank you, Ashleigh. Like, I'm like, Ashleigh fucking hates you, Stacey. Like, what is going on?
No, 100%. If I was on the cast, I think I've said this before, she would frustrate the hell out of me, right? Because I'm a reactive person. I want a reaction out of you. And at times, I wish I could be a Stacey, where I could be like, Stacey's basically saying in every response, thank you for letting me know how you feel. Next.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That is her whole demeanor.
But it's so, and because she's so robotic, which I, like them bringing up QVC Stacey and like that being an issue, I was like, I love Stacey, but I can totally see her having a different voice and relaxing sometimes.
Well, remember last season when Wendy was like, Stacey, you said that she was a bitch ass something or something like that. Like you called her that. And everyone was like, Stacey. So we know that she talks totally different.
In her. Yeah. Yeah.
And Tia saying she had a deep voice. I'm like, yeah, I believe
me too.
That she's a totally different person. Even looking at her best friend, like the gay best friend guy who came in, I'm like, I know y'all kiki different off camera.
Like there's no way that she's like, ha, ha, ha to him. There's no way.
But at BravoCon, she was like this. When she got off the elevator and Belle and I were standing there, she got off like this. And I go, oh my God, we love you. We love you. And she was like, Thanks. And then in the corner, I saw Karen and I literally was like, move, bitch. Karen's over there. Yeah. And I ran up and gave Karen a hug. But no, she was like still in character off the elevator. She didn't snap into it. She still was like, thank you.
She's so robotic. But we
love you.
It is so good to watch.
Yes.
She knows she's a liar.
Yeah. I because of the QVC, I think that more than she can do this robotic role and it works. I think if anybody else came in trying to do it, it's like, oh, well, she's got her TV voice on. Oh, like she had to sell stuff. She's a salesperson. Yeah. Oh, she had to pretend. It works. It plays into the persona. And only Stacey could do this. Like she's very
only
fortunate.
Stacey could do this. And it's not surprising that her and Wendy are best friends.
Well, they both need each other. That's really what it comes down to. And I thought Giselle was pretty nice to her and made the digs when necessary. Like when she said you had your nap wig on, I cackled. She was, you were taking a nap. That makes sense. You had your nap wig on.
Ashleigh was like, that wasn't even no nap wig. Like, you looked crazy.
And her explanation of why she smiled, I think she smiled because that is the Jessica Rabbit persona. I think she thought, I'm not going to show that I'm phased in this. Like, it's pretending again.
Do I think that the guy was like, give me more? And I do not.
If he did, he did it to set you up. He did it. If he did that, I'll believe her. But what I don't believe is that what I can't get over is that you couldn't see. I bet he was a fucking fan of Potomac. And I bet he was like, give me a little smile. And she probably played into he's a fan and didn't realize he was like, I'm about to take a mugshot that's going to have people talking. I think that she got. I think he absolutely knew who she was. Or she was in jail telling people who she was.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's whole
crazy.
Thing,
she spent the night though.
The whole thing though, like how she was describing it and like all of it seemed so lighthearted. And even the girls were kind of like
Ashleigh
confused.
said that. Ashleigh said that.
I was like, even the girls were kind of confused with how she was talking about it. And then when Ashleigh was like, I have to be honest, going to jail is this like my biggest fear. Like it scares me more than anything. And to have two people on our cast that have now gone to jail, that's really scary. And you could tell Wendy was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And I would normally be on Wendy's side, but I was like, yeah, Wendy, why aren't you more scared?
Well, they do. I think that is when she says, I'm not okay. Somebody's like, well, how are you? And then she's like, I'm not okay. And it's like, because the confusion of Ashleigh was, you come in here like this. You've told us that you're doing great. You're talking about it so light. And again, a fail on Wendy's part. I would have been like, what you guys don't know and I haven't really talked about is that I had to stay the night in a crowded room in jail. They control the lights. I held my pee all night. I was scared. I was terrified. I heard my child, like she says these things, but she doesn't talk about how she feels. She says what happened, right? Like, so she's like, I heard my child.
It's so disconnected.
Yeah. Yeah.
She'll be like, yeah, I didn't know they control the lights in jail. I didn't know that, Andy. And like, there was a toilet, but I didn't use it. Like, why are you talking about jail like this?
Like she was at a museum.
Do you think that, do you think that a lot of people reacted and thought that she was basically trying to be like, Eddie, how could you do this? I had no idea. Like, not saying that, but trying to put it more on Eddie. Like, I never in a million years thought we were going to be here.
In that moment, in the beginning of the show?
Yeah, people are like, she basically was like, is this going to affect our marriage? Why would it affect your marriage?
Oh,
what does your marriage have to do with this?
I didn't think that in the moment when I was watching it, but I have maintained from the beginning that Eddie will take the fall. I have maintained.
Yeah, but but they separated their case and then they put it back together again. So I don't think he can.
He can still say it's me. And she could take
even
a plea
as
deal.
A joint case. Like
I have to look at the charges, but it doesn't stop somebody from still.
They did. So I'm wondering when they filmed this because they filmed it. It seems like they said a week ago it happened, right? And a week ago after they had arrested, at that point, they were two separate people and they separated their cases. And then everyone was like, oh, they separated their cases because Eddie's just going to take the fall for it. And then like maybe 2 months later, after like more evidence came out, they decided to come back together. So I'm wondering if they filmed this while they're separated. And so that's why it seems like she's trying to make it seem like it was him. I had no idea.
But like they're joint as in they're going to try their case together. Like instead of having it separate trials, separate lawyers.
Yeah.
So Eddie could still be like, I did this, or not. You know, I don't know what they're going to end up saying.
Yeah, I just don't know how you can justify her having her own credit cards under another person's name.
So it could be a plea deal. It could be like
she takes a plea and then he serves time.
Like think of Teresa and Joe. Not the same situation, but I'm just saying like
he served more than her. Yeah.
And it's kind of like maybe she acts like I didn't know, I didn't realize it. Maybe she says something like, he told me he needed it for this. Like maybe her intention's different. Who knows? I'm so being creative and making this up, guys. Please don't hold anything to this. But I do maintain, because at first I didn't until I realized Eddie was not working as a lawyer anymore. And then once I saw that, I'm like, no, he does it. She gets to keep her job as a housewife. She's the mother. She gets to be there for the kids. The kids don't have to go stay with someone else. I totally think Eddie will be the one to take the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes either a lesser deal or somehow it's negotiated where she's no contest, it's probation, it's whatever it may be. That is what I think, but I didn't put that together with the top of the show, but I totally could see that. Nothing else really, like, you know, Angel finds her voice somewhat, but Kay is disturbing to me. This is all I just want to say. I wrote this on Threads to somebody. I'm like, what happened to Kay? Like, what happened to Kay? She's not...
I don't know. Shell of herself.
Yeah. And maybe it'll come out with the Jazzy saying she stole, you know, we see the preview where she says she stole him away from Greg's ex-wife. You know, I don't know, but I need more from Kay. Kay is a robot as well, sitting there. Like, she's just like not giving us anything. Angel was at least giving us more. You know?
Yeah, Angel was also trying to pipe up, like for things that had nothing to do with her. Angel would like try to put in like a word or two here and there, a little ad lib. Kay was sitting quiet. The only time I saw her do anything is when he was like, one thing I'll never do is lie to my kids. And Kay was like, pretty sure you've been lying.
Yeah, that was about it. I just need, we loved Kay. Remember we were like, oh, Kay's a full-time housewife. Yeah. Anyways, you know, but Jazzy's coming for her seat because people are like, replace Kay with Jazzy. I just need more from Kay. I don't know if I'm ready for Jazzy yet. Last thing I'll say, big talk on social media. They've done a preview. Like there's like a 7-minute preview already for the Sunday episode for part 2. And it picks up where they left off with Ashleigh saying the 6'7" thing, which I was like, did Wendy get it? Surely she has kids. She understands the 6'7" reference.
I think she understood the 6'7". It was that Ashleigh said she had 6. She was like, I don't know. You seem to have 6'7" social security numbers. And I think Wendy's being technical and is like, it just didn't say that anywhere in my case filings. Like, no, it said 67 credit cards, not social security numbers.
But that's why I thought she didn't get it. Because I'm like, Ashley's doing the motion. She's doing the whole thing.
I think Wendy's trying to get out of the argument by being like, no, I never said I had multiple social security numbers.
If I was Wendy, I would have again been like, Ashleigh, you doing a 6'7" reference just again shows you how immature and childish you are. I'm dealing with bigger things, bigger. Like, I would have just like, so not giving her any energy.
Yeah, I would have been like, you making a joke about my future and whether or not I will be in prison or be there to take care of my children is not where I'm at today. But good luck to you.
Yes, exactly. But people are saying, this is the last thing I'll say about this. They're saying that Ashleigh, there's a lot of talk about Ashleigh not giving enough, mainly probably because we got so much from her in the beginning. And they're saying the last 15 seconds and the first part of this next episode are enough to be like, and this is why you keep an Ashleigh.
Yeah, she's not scared to say the thing.
Because I was watching it with someone and they were like, I don't understand why the women aren't throwing the credit cards or the social security in Wendy's face.
100%. 100%.
Because it's not like to the point we've been making this whole recap. If Wendy had come in like we suggested she did, then it would have been like, oh, don't say anything to her like that. But because she came in on the attack.
So, yeah.
It's like.
Then I'm attacking you.
And then when Ashleigh finally did it, I was like, thank you.
Also, I'm not mad at what Ashleigh said to Stacey in the text message. Like, especially someone like Ashleigh. I'm sure Wendy done talked down to Ashleigh 1,000,000 times based on how Ashleigh grew up and how she came into money and her educational background. I just know Wendy thought she was so much better than Ashleigh.
I didn't have a problem with that. She said she prioritized the children.
Yeah, she was like, of course I feel bad for her children. Of course I do. But I'm not losing sleep over Wendy, who has talked down on me and thought she was better than me. Yeah.
It's not Giselle. If it was Giselle, it would have been a totally different situation. So, but Stacey's messy for that. Stacey is
exactly.
messy.
That's why we got to keep Stacey around. Robot Stacey is here to stay.
Okay. Moving on to Beverly Hills. Not a whole lot going on in this particular episode.
Amanda's the entire season.
Yeah, I want her to come back.
What else? If without Amanda, I do love Rachel Zoe, but that's just like, she's just like a good addition. We couldn't survive off of just Rachel Zoe.
But she's giving us something. I mean, she took the women. I love that she didn't take them all. She took a couple of women. She took them to the Hamptons. She literally gave them the Hampton experience that influencers are now doing in their 20s and 30s. So I actually love that. They're at Surf Lodge.
Yeah.
They're keep saying they're dancing. We don't really see them dancing, but they're out. They're outside.
They're having
dinner. And so I appreciate that she's like, and even after the dinner, we didn't get the cameras. It's like, and we're still going out and we're going to have a good time. And that is what she's getting divorced. Kyle is separated. Dorit's getting a divorce. I expected Kyle and Dorit to be more like Rachel Zoe.
Rachel. Mm-hmm.
And thank you for finally getting the divorced person who's like, I am happy with my decision. I have been more outside than I have in a decade. And I'm getting my life back. I'm free. I'm finding myself. And it's like, it's empowering. She's living the empowering side of it. And I know that for everyone, it doesn't take,
Rachel's very passionate about this.
I know for everyone.
Rachel's like, I feel seen.
Somebody call Rachel Zoe. We gotta get her on this podcast because I'm about to be her partner in crime. But I understand for Kyle it's different because I do think Kyle still wants that marriage. Dorit doesn't. And Dorit
also their relationship is different. Like Kyle still loves Mo and they still act like as a family unit. Rachel and her husband are done.
And so are Dorit and PK. And,
that too.
And it seems like, but Dorit wants that. So it's like, if maybe a Rachel will pull more of that out of her. So and Dorit has been more spicy. So I don't want to take that away from Dorit. She's giving us something. Kyle is
no, but Rachel is doing what you're doing. She's like, I made the right decision. I'm sad that like, that's what ended up happening because that's not what I thought I was getting into. But this is so much better for me. I'm free. I have my life. Let's have fun. Let's go out. Like, I'm single. And I'm a great catch.
There are levels to, I love her saying her 26-year-old asking for her number. I love her bringing those band members over that were younger. It's like, we're getting 3 different people in divorce right now, which is fair. Like, everybody handles it differently. And I'm happy for I'm happy for the Rachel Zoe version to be entering the chat. And so I do like that part of her. Amanda is the show though. I liked her sit down with Erica. I like Erica just being like, bitch, we just want to know about the cold.
Which like, this is what I would say. I would say like, I'm not judging you, but like, I'm really interested in cults. So like, I want to know all about it.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
And it's real.
It's not a mistake that there's cults documentaries all over every single streaming service. People are interested. People want to know. You want to ask me something about Nexium, whatever it was called? Watched every documentary possible. You know what I mean? Ask me. Cults are just like, it's a peek into something that most people never even get any sort of insight into.
I don't want to compare it to this, but it's like,
oh Lord,
these are not the same. But in the way that people are fascinated by true crime or like the stories of serial killers, it's like because they want to go into their mind. Like, how did you get to this point? That's how I feel like it is about a cult. How were you drawn in? You know, it's for some people, like, it is as simple as being born. You didn't think that was a red flag? Well, some people are born into it, so I understand that perspective.
That's
but like,
completely different.
That was not her. So it's fascinating. And to Erica's point, like, Amanda is the Wendy of Beverly Hills. Amanda leads with her accomplishments, her money, her book, her house, how many bedrooms she has. Who walks into a room and says, guys, I didn't realize that I had like decorated this many bedrooms and 9 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms. What are people supposed to say after that? What are they supposed to say?
I'm not sure.
I really want to know. It's like she doesn't know how to have conversations with people. She doesn't know unless she's talking about herself.
That aren't about herself. Yes.
So she's doing a little Wendy Osefo over there. And I appreciated Erica being like, you need to talk about the stuff that makes you you. Like, you were in a cult, so it almost understands how you have the mindset to start the business that you did. Because, you know, and so I would even say I took my cult experience and I used it in a positive way to help people. Something. But the cult makes you different and authentic and interesting. And you don't want to lead with that. And it's like, she's almost like Erica's trying to train you how to be a girl's girl, how to fit in with the girls. And so I wonder how, when the ladies come back from the Hamptons and everybody gets together, how Amanda will or won't apply the tools in the group. Also to note, doesn't something seem off with her husband and her whenever we are forced to sit down and watch them interact?
You said that last time. You do not like it. You do not like the vibe.
Maybe he just doesn't want to be there, but...
That is often the case. But it does seem like, to me, it almost seems like he's like a fan and just is there to do what he's told.
I agree with that too. I also gathered it feels like she doesn't have anybody else to talk to. Like, can we see her go to lunch with a friend and talk about it's like she only is able to talk to her husband. Can we see her say, bring a friend in? You know, she knows all these people. It's like, just sit down and be like, I'm having a difficult time with this girl group. Like, what's a good way? Yeah. Like, you know me. You know, she alludes to this friend that told her about Avi. So it's like, bring that friend on.
Yeah.
I just
give
feel
us
like
more information.
The sit downs with her husband, I'm like, here we go again. Because she's it feels like she just doesn't have anybody else to talk to.
I feel like the husband gives very little back. Do you know what I mean?
And I don't think she liked what he gave back in this last episode when he started talking about his past marriage. And then I feel like she was kind of like, don't talk about your past marriage. Like,
yeah.
And then she has to.
Not on camera.
And then she alludes to it. But, you know, like, even when they sit down, she's like, okay, so you're going to take the kids to this and I'm going to take the kids down to OC. And it's like, I'm sure y'all have had that plan. Like, why are we? It just doesn't feel.
I don't need to hear that.
It feels very curated.
Yeah.
To Erica's point.
Everything feels curated. Yes, to Erica's point.
And then I guess at the end, we get Denise. And then Erica reveals that she has suffered from abuse. Has that come out?
I don't know, but the Denise shit was... I'm like, are you going to court? Like, it was very detailed.
But they have been detailed because Aaron's been saying a lot of stuff. And as parents, like they've been, because I don't know if they were still in the house. I don't know if they were sharing the house. Because I remember like the house was trashed and it was dirty and they were living on separate floors. There's just been a lot. But Aaron has been, or he was. I feel like we haven't heard a lot in a while, but Aaron was talking a lot. I'm sure we'll hear from him again now that.
Yeah, I was like, these are a lot of details we're getting.
Yeah. And
your kids were in the house for some of it?
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciated, whenever I think somebody's vulnerable about what they've been through, it helps somebody else. So like, not just Denise, but it's somebody else watching. And, Erica's somebody who, we met her and she was always very put together. And then the Tom stuff came out and we had to see her, in a totally different way, her navigate through all of this. And even in this episode, we still see she is dealing with legal issues. But for her to be so open, which is hard, about abuse with the persona that she has, and to know that she suffered abuse multiple times in a relationship after the Tom situation was a lot. And I would not have expected her to share that. So I feel like the therapy that she's doing is working.
Working? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
What would you give Beverly Hills on the season so far? 1 to 10.
Amanda's a 10. I'm going to do it like this. The season is a 5. Amanda
I was going to say 6, so we're the same.
Amanda's a 10 and Rachel's an 8. And the rest, and like it averages out to a 5 with when you add in the numbers with everybody else. I'm intrigued because I'm like, what is Amanda going to give us next?
Yeah, but that's just not a good place to be because she's only going to be able to carry for so long. But I guess based off the previews for the rest of the season, it does seem to it seems like Amanda starts off really hot and then fades out and other people ramp up.
Because she apparently leaves.
Oh, you said that. Yeah. But
I read that she
from
leaves
what we have seen so far, I'm just like, is Amanda annoying? Yes. She got so offended by being called a wimp. She got so offended that Dorit asked her a direct question. You can't have those feelings and be in this group, or else it's going to be a really, really rough time for you.
Yeah.
But without Amanda, I'm like, where would we be?
Right.
She's giving us so much.
And as a newbie, I don't know if I'd have the same reaction to her, but I think it makes sense. When Sutton came in, Sutton had thin skin. Sutton was on the defense with everybody. Sutton got offended by every single thing that happened. So it happens. Not everybody is bows when they come in, So
yeah,
I'm interested. I still look forward to the episodes, but this season has been better maybe than last season to me. I'm appreciating the newness of it. So I have to give them their credit for that. But we shall see. That is it for us here on Morally Corrupt. Jam-packed episode. Sorry we went a little long on the summer house and the Potomac of it all, but there's so much going on that makes you also talk not just about the recap, but just relate it to, I don't know, real life things, which is good, which is kind of what we want from Real Housewives. Until I feel like something big happened that I'm forgetting in Housewife world that I was like, we're going to talk about on Tuesday. I don't know, but something is big happening on Tuesday. Chelsea Stark-Jones is returning to Morally Corrupt.
She's back.
So we will be back to our regularly scheduled program, not just back with Chelsea, but also in a new studio. So you guys make sure that you tune in on Tuesday for the new show so we can welcome Chelsea back and give her the welcome that she deserves. And also so you can check out the new studio. Until then, guys, have a safe weekend and we will talk to you then. Bye.